Drama bin drama, Arab drama, ole drama. Asi drama, aterere drama. Ay. Zote pamoja. It all unfolded in the Senate yesterday, to the disbelief of so many Kenyans, to the shock of so many others. We witnessed something nobody saw coming. And yet, for anybody who understands Kenyan politics well, it should not have surprised anybody. In a moment I'll tell you why it should not have surprised us. And the result is that a previously little known legislator from Kibwezi West, Mangi Mutua, has now become a household name. There is nobody in the Republic who doesn't know who that is. And oh my, you know, this is a former communications officer, public relations, image and stuff like that. I am just wondering what he feels about the image he now has right across the country. Because Mangi Mutua was exposed very badly. In fact, Senator Enoch Wambua put it best when he posed the question, Bwana Mutua, just tell us the truth. Is this really your motion? Did you really craft this? I'm paraphrasing. Or was it put together by somebody else and you just signed it and then came to Parliament to defend something you're not even familiar with? I'm talking about the very important contents that are supposed to be the basis of impeaching a Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Senator Joe Ruto added, how did you come up with this idea of auditing the wealth of the Deputy President? Did you start with the presidency? And if so, can you tell us something about the wealth of the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto? Can you just tell us? What? But now, let us get down to the nuts and bolts. What went wrong? Because at the Senate, the Deputy President's lawyers tore to shreds the so-called evidence against the Deputy President. They made it all look like something fabricated, something nobody's sure about, mere hearsay, namshene yamta. That's what they made it look like. And so why don't we start with figuring out what went wrong here? Because you can be sure all the state machinery, the National Intelligence Service, and even other private intelligence services were all put to good use in crafting this document that is over 80 pages long, giving reason as to why Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President, should be impeached. What went wrong? Actually, the answer to that question is very simple. What went wrong is that the Deputy President refused to resign. It's as simple as that. You see, historically in our country, removing a Vice President involved just pressure and threats with very little substance, and sometimes intimidation here and there, and the Vice President is gone. It worked with the late Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Father Raila. It worked with Josephat Karanja. In the 80s, can you believe that one of the major accusations against Josephat Karanja, Vice President then, was that he was married to a foreign wife, a Ugandan. And the Kanu Hawks were saying that this was dangerous to the security of the state because she could easily pass government secrets to our neighboring country, to a foreign country. Now, how ridiculous is that? But Josephat Karanja resigned. Of course, the other threat to a vice president or a deputy president under pressure is that if you're fired in the old days, in the old constitution, or if you're impeached, then you can never ever hold a public office again in your entire life. Well, history tells us it doesn't really matter. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga never held a public office again after his resignation in 1966, and the man lived to be a very old man. Josephat Karanja never ever held a public office again after he resigned from Moi's government, and so this threat should not loom big. And it appears that Rigathi Gachagua and his handlers understood this very well. And so when Rigathi Gachagua refused to resign, there was a problem. Okay? Because those who plotted and planned this had very arrogantly assumed this man will just resign. He will have to resign. This thing will never reach the Senate for full hearing. That will never happen. That is what they assumed. And now they're paying the price for assuming. And Rigathi Gachagua has grabbed his moment. And right now, whatever you want to say, whatever the outcome of the Senate, I am afraid Rigathi Gachagua has won. Maybe I should play you back Rigathi Gachagua's reaction to what is unfolding, and also to the suggestion that he should resign. Over to you, Bwana Deputy President. What? That laugh is loaded. Okay? And I believe it illustrates the situation right now perfectly. And now the tables have been turned, because the person whom I'm worried about, whom it seems will never ever again hold public office, is the Kibwezi West legislator, Mangi Mutua. Is this man ever going to hold a public office again in his entire life? I doubt. But then, it is okay. Let me be proved wrong. Now, State House has a very big problem here, because the way things have panned out, suddenly the presidency of William Samoei Ruto is in great danger. And let me give you the reasons why. Number one, MPs, politicians, anywhere in the world, the last thing you want to do is to allow them to smell blood. You should never ever ever do that, because they can behave in very unpredictable ways. When they see you're losing, yeah, all politicians want to be on the winning side. And this could very easily turn some votes in the Senate. I'm not saying that the impeachment will fail. I'm just saying some votes could turn. And there is a possibility that enough votes could turn to keep Gachagua in office. That is now a real possibility. But as I promised at the beginning of my video today, here's the key thing to keep our minds on. What happens at the Senate? It is very critical for us to understand how this impeachment maneno goes. It has nothing to do with the evidence. Let's get that right. It has nothing to do with the legal. Okay? This is all politics. It is possible for every single piece of evidence to be rubbished, and the senators still vote to send Gachagua home, and he goes home. Kunaendanga hivyo, unfortunately. This is politics, my friends. But having said that, it is still not a good thing to allow politicians to smell blood, especially somewhere where they're about to vote. But then, of course, in a few hours, the vote will happen and we'll know the results. Meanwhile, get out your popcorns and thoroughly enjoy the show. Actually, enjoy it while it lasts. Because what is coming later, what is coming down the road, watch it. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.